How do smart investors choose the right tenant?
All right, tenant.
Yes, so
Ooh.
this is one we kind of talked about, underpricing it to fill it fast. I'm in a hurry.
Right.
I've got to get this rented because I got a mortgage payment due. It's another reason why we talked a lot about being prepared to buy rental property, being prepared to be a landlord, having a cushion so that you don't put yourself in this position.
That's absolutely true. So if you do that, you're probably not going to be profitable.
Yeah.
And you will get everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry applying. And is that really what you want?
No.
So, there is some truth into pricing it correctly and right, so that
We talked about the
do get
1% rule is
enough.
kind of quick and easy.
Yeah.
But there's other research you can do.
Yeah, if I'm all into a property for $300,000, hopefully I can rent it for $3,000. So,
and the other thing you do is just pick up the phone and call around and see what other properties like you have are leasing for. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, no, that's not. We did talk about that last time. So if you underprice it to fill it fast, this again is like you don't want to do it out of desperation for sure. Now, number 7 is no written lease, or what I think is a bad lease.
And we talked about, we could probably do a whole podcast on the lease itself.
You could.
But that's a really, really important part of the transaction. And really, when you think about that lease, I'm going to lease your property and make the numbers easy. $1,000 a month the lease says I'm giving you $12,000 to rent this property for a year, and I'm going to pay it in monthly increments.
Yeah.
So if I decide 6 months into the lease, I'm moving, I don't want to be here, technically I still owe you that other $6,000, right?
You do.
Yeah. So
and here's the deal, unless your lease has a provision for you to break it. So in Missouri specifically, there are rules like a deposit. You can't take any more than 2 months deposit from someone, even if they have 10 animals, right? You can take a pet deposit unless it's an emotional support pet. Right. If that's registered or it has a doctor's note for that,
then you can't tell that person.
You can't tell them no because they have
a
Great
rights.
Dane or whatever.
Yeah, they have rights to have that animal.
Right, and so you have to know the laws in your state. In Missouri here, if there's any ambiguity in a lease, wow, it's in the tenant's favor, not your favor.
Are there any benefits not to having a lease and just having a handshake agreement?
No.
There's no bad? So
none
that would
whatsoever.
be a bad idea, wouldn't it?
Hey, here's another thing too. Like, there's a lot of phrases that if they're not in the lease, you think, oh, it's just the law. No, the law doesn't actually cover every little thing that can happen in a lease or that you think should be fair or right. It has to be written in the lease. Like, don't paint any colors. Don't repaint my house without my permission.
Is that in a standard lease? Or I remember you used to go to SG had the business forums.
Yeah.
And the one thing I like about your book had a sample lease in the back.
It does,
or
but
you
you
always
have
go
to.
To an attorney.
If you pull a lease offline, you need to make it Missouri compliant. You still need an attorney. You still need an attorney to make it Missouri compliant and make sure that you don't have any loopholes in it. Okay, because I did that. I used this guy's lease in here, and I was like, "Hey, attorney, please make this compliant." And so you have to know the laws for each state, and they are different. So even just like moving out, when you get a deposit back, can you sublease it or not?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, all that stuff's got to be in there.
Right.
Can I add another tenant without your permission? Can I add a pet without your permission? That stuff's not covered in the law. You need to have it in your lease. Okay, number 8.
Yes.
Skipping the move-in inspection.
That's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, I take pictures.
Interesting.
When I'm there
so
with them.
So easy now with a cell phone, right?
I have a move-in inspection, a move-out inspection form.
It really protects both parties, right?
It really does. Yeah. You're looking for, already scratches and gouges in floors and appliances, and are the appliances clean, dirty? Do they work? Don't they work? Right? What do the cabinets look like? So when we, do a move-out, we open every single cabinet and every single appliance and every single closet door and
you do that
everything.
With them there? Or
with them there. Okay. You could do it before they get there if you find something, but we do it with them there. And then it's like, oh, yeah, I did forget that. Whatever.
Right.
Make sure the place is clean. And you only have, in Missouri, 30 days to say, I'm going to keep some of your deposit.
Interesting.
Okay.
Because that's the idea of the deposit. If they left trash in the property or if they needed repairs, you're going to get rid of that, clean it, whatever.
But you have to give them
Out
an
of the
itemized
deposit.
list, how much it costs, why you're deducting it. It has to be done within 30 days.
So again,
And if you don't do it in 30 days, you're stuck. You're stuck
have to give
making
it all back.
all back. You have to. And I've
Tenants-
seen landlords that exceed that, and they don't win. They lose.
Tenants have rights.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta know. Gotta know. So if you guys have had experiences on rental property, we'd love to hear them. That's something that you do or a trick that you've heard. Number 9.
Not setting boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
big
So
one.
if you respond at 11 o'clock at night about a repair, then you're probably setting no boundaries whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
So it's great to say, hey, text this number or email only,
What to do if
whatever
there's a problem,
it is.
yes.
Yeah. Some landlords have a list of emergency plumber, right? If there's a leak, emergency electrician, emergency furnace guy, in case you're out of town or something,
And
or you don't
technically
have a
that-
management company.
That rent is due on the first day of the month, right?
Yeah, unless, I mean, you can make it due on any day of the month you want. It's whatever your lease says. Typically, it's the first. It's usually is a grace period of a few days.
Right.
Right.
Okay,
So
set
setting boundaries is very important.
And then the 10th one, I like that one. Choosing tenants out of desperation. Which
Yeah,
we kind
that's
of,
a big mistake.
It goes with the pricing one too. Yeah, it is. To me, we're going to talk about how we find the tenants, but we need to make sure that we got the right person in there. This is a lot of dollars we're talking about. This is a big investment. Spending some time, a couple days, and making sure using the vetting service, the background checks. This is just huge. So
Yeah,
hey,
and
this
part
is
of
great
that,
information.
not choosing a tenant out of desperation is knowing exactly what the criteria is, get ahead of it before the other tenant moves out. But one of them is too, knowing exactly what kind of tenant you're looking for financially speaking and what kind of term you're looking for. I'm looking for a 2-year lease. On my last one, I was like, you know what? I don't like the 1-year lease. I'm going for 2. And I would prefer a 2-year lease. Some people may prefer longer and want you to be longer before they'll accept you. You can advertise that right on your, hey, 2-year lease. Okay, so having your model tenant, right, and your model for finding someone, just like your model for finding a property, is very important.
Yeah, so you just do your homework. It's not rocket science. All this is really common sense. But it's being smart about it, not being proactive and not reactive.
Right, and so we have a lot of forms and a lot of different things. If you need them, give us a call. We'll give you some resources. Check this book out, which is, The Managing Rental Properties. That's a really good book to
Great
get
book,
your head on
yeah.
straight for, hey, this is a business, not a charity.
100%. And
Because
what I like
that's what
about
you would do. You would. He's too easy. Glenn's too easy. And if
I am
you're
too
too
easy,
easy,
and I
if
don't
you
want
can't
rental
say
property.
no,
Right.
you need to have someone that can. Get a property manager.
Oh, that's a good.
Use your
yeah.
spouse. Use someone else, someone in your family, whoever, to be able to say the word no.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you can't, that's really important. You
Wow.
need to have somebody in your
I
corner
learned
there.
so much today. It's a great,
Yes.
great podcast.
Yeah, so great. So thanks for joining us today. I hope you learned something on the mistakes of what not to do, which means do the opposite. Then you won't make the mistake.
Of course, yeah.
And then we'd love to hear about your rental experiences.
Or maybe any advice you
landlord
might have or a story
experiences
to
and
tell.
advice. Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, thanks so much. And I guess this is Angela
Yes.
Dillman at Keller Williams Realty Chesterfield, and this is
Glenn Calvin at Guild Mortgage
There,
in Chesterfield, too.
we are here to help you build wealth
Live your dream lifestyle.
and leave legacies that matter.
Awesome.
Till then.